Our parents failed us. Some of them failed us.
The highest salary I ever received from that job was 30,000 naira. If you find yourself being jealous of your boss, quit the job. You are becoming a witch. They are working in an
Yes.
institution and they'll pull face like mostly these government workers. Welcome to the finance section. So guys, welcome to the finance section. And still also with me as our host, Mayowa.
Yeah.
She said, clock it. Let's be serious now.
Alright.
So, one of the things we're going to be talking about is about the opportunities that are available, mostly within our community, our environment, that are really blindsided by us because looking at the economy now, a lot of things, people complain a lot, you know. Are you also feeling the heat? So it's everywhere, Abi. Somehow, all of us are really feeling the heat of the economy. But this podcast is brought to you so that we can share light on some certain information as to how to go about seeing opportunity, especially when you are jobless, you know, especially when you do not have money and you're just waiting for something to fall out so that you're just waiting for somebody somewhere to help you. You know, you call a manna from above, Abi. The popular say manna from above, you know, to just fall out and help you, you know. Some people, if they do not have some guy that will rescue them from
An uncle in the village.
or an uncle in the village, you know. Some people go as far as blaming the rest of the people in their life, you know, why their father is poor, you know, that's why they have some stringent financial difficulties. The truth is that your father's time is past and it's now your own time to actually see how you too, your children will not blame you, you know. So we are actually going to discuss about opportunities, you know. So before we dive into that, I would like to talk about your mind. Your mind. The same way you go to an apprentice to learn how to know how to make a cloth, like how to sew, you know, make a beautiful cloth. Also is how when the process of learning how to make curtains, how to see designs, how to see patterns and colors and style, and you know, over time, within 6 months, 4 months, 5 months, 1 year, you become extremely knowledgeous when it comes to the area of that skill.
Yeah.
You know, after that, there is another area which you need to learn. So likewise is the area of finance, you know, in the area of making money. I wouldn't call it finance, the area of making money. You can be in your community and you are not able to see needs. Money is
Yeah.
very easy to make, money is very easy to make. The idea is that where is there need and who is actually taking up that responsibility to actually making sure that that need is actually it is actually becoming the solution, finding a solution to that need, and there you'll find money. So that's one of the biggest misconceptions we have these days. Many of us, you know, I talk about the story. I went to visit a friend not too long ago, and it's kind of like my childhood friend. So we were discussing, you know, and out of that discussion, I was trying to know his depth of thinking.
Okay.
I was trying to know, okay, could this friend discuss with me opportunity? Could this friend discuss with me maybe his vision,
Dreams.
you know, ideas,
Yeah.
you know? And then I spoke to him. I said, Alpha, my guy, what are you doing right now? So more things hard, though. I say, okay, things hard, me safe, I know.
Sad. What are you doing?
You get now. Say, what do you do? Say, God is good to me. I am into it. He literally named what he's doing. He was into some construction, you know, simple labor work. And then I said, okay, that's good. I said, oh, you went to school, yeah? He said, yes, I did. He said, what school did you? What did you study again? And he said, I studied pole science. So, pole science, political science.
Okay.
Eh, so he said, I studied political science. I'm like, okay, that's a good course. So how about what's going on with your life? Yeah, I just plan leave this one self-contained one day, the entire 2-bedroom, and then marry.
That's a dream.
It's a good dream though, but it's not about the dream, and it's not. You should have such simple dream. But I was trying to look at, okay, where next can we go from here? Do we have any conversation of depth after many years of not seeing this my so-called friend? And we literally did not have such engagement. And I don't want to be this person that would be the first to instigate conversation like, oh, have you tried out this thing? And then in that conversation I was trying to delve deep so that I could know what other thing you want to do. Yeah, he started telling me that I dey look for job. I saw one for 150, but I not doing because at least my labor work I can make 400 in a month, 400, 500 a month, which is good for him. But what else can we leave off by that?
So he's not thinking of something extra. He's just that one.
Yeah. But if you go to if you find people these days, the people with depth, which are very few to get, if you find them with depth, they begin to tell you, oh, Omo, there's one stuff like that I'm trying to do. I have a business plan. Some would say, oh, I'm learning a skill.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see how I can update into one analytical skill like that, AI, video editing, whatever. What are you doing to improve yourself? Is the really big stuff this youth are not doing these days. And do you know that a lot of people in this dispensation do not want to work?
That's the funny thing. We are always saying that there is hunger in Nigeria, but if you look in depth into our Nigerian youth, you see that most of us, not exclude me, most of us don't want to work. We just want manna from heaven to just fall down, and which is not supposed to be so. Yes, our parents, some of them failed us, but we should not be the failure of our own children.
But when you mean some of them failed us, they did their best though.
Yes, they did their best, so as we were trying to do our best now, but it's not looking as if it's enough.
So would you say they failed us? Because that's a deep conversation. Would you say they failed us in some point? Why did you say they failed us?
The reason why I said that is because some of the youths blame their parents for their lack of money, their lack of opportunity. They see their friends striving hard because their parents have already given
them opportunity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when an average Nigerian youth see something like that, they be like, what was my dad doing when his mates were doing other things?
Yeah.
So that's the phrase that Nigerian youth mostly use. That's the reason why I said that. It's not that generally
they failed. Yeah.
No, they tried their best. They did what they can, and we too are trying to do our best right now.
There's one quote I heard somewhere. It says, "Your parents is just like you."
Yeah.
So they're just human. They're just like you.
Right.
So they're not superhuman. So now you're grown. So show me that you can do better than your parents, yeah? Because your children too will question your ability. So basically, many youth these days do not really want to learn new things. They do not understand the imperative of learning skills. So one of the things I'd always advise to do is that you learn a skill.
Yeah,
that skill is important.
Very important.
Your best investment is not where to invest. Someone asked me recently and he said, Steve, I have 2.5 million naira. What do I do with it? And I thought to myself, I said, I just paused for a while and I said, I will call him back.
Okay.
When I get back to him, I said, 2.5 million is a good money. But if the way you got that 2.5 million, you can get it again, that means you should continue what you did.
Yeah.
Now, so I delved deep to know whether that way he got that 2.5 million was something he can redo again. I found out that it was just an opportunity.
Okay.
And many of us would have the opportunity in life to have one-time opportunity to have maybe a chunk of money. And then when we have that chunk of money, then what next? You know, do you want to run into an investment that you don't know? Or you want to, you know, everybody, sometimes one of the ways that kills that money is even that investment. Oh, I get, bros, have you dropped you 2.5 million, make you
in the next 2 years.
2 years waiting, then neither in the next 1 month. So basically, you know, they want sharp, fast return, which is not necessary. So what I did was to recommend this for him. I said, what skill do you know now? He said, none. I said, get a skill. Look for something amazing. Pay. Because the right investment is you. The first asset is you. Your mind, your skill. Make yourself useful. Because if you're not useful, nobody will even want to use you. This is some people complain that they use them for work. They use them for work. I said, if I have the opportunity to go back again, the way I even started was to stay under my boss, being paid 20,000 naira salary, rose from 20. The highest salary I ever received from that job was 30,000 naira.
Wow, what an upgrade.
It was indeed an upgrade. The highest salary I ever received was 30,000 naira. Wow. So what did I do next? I wasn't actually there for the salary. But that's the biggest mistake a lot of misconception people do with work. Go to someone. I want to work. Learn the environment. Learn the patterns. Observe. Accumulate. Assimilate. You get now. Dissect things. Be able to know what you are doing. So that's why you see some people go to a job and they are frowning. They are working in an institution and they'll put face like mostly these government workers. But it's not about government workers, but mostly them, you know.
They're always frowning.
Very rude.
They're always
very saucy.
Yeah. Because
why? They take that job as the place where that is their only source of income. So they become the lord of that environment, and they do not know where next to move in this life aside from where they are.
You know the funny thing, it's not even only government workers. It's generally everywhere. Some people that are dwelling in just one place, they don't have any other option. They'll feel like the boss in the whole environment.
They've put themselves within a routine. Right? You wake up in the morning, you take this file to this office, from there back to that office, sit there, press your phone, wait for them to order you around. Zero knowledge.
PM,
some workers can be in your institution
for years,
for 10 years, and not know what is going on upstairs. That's wickedness to the organization, and then wickedness to yourself.
Don't even progress.
Because how do you go to an organization and then you walk up there and you don't know what is even happening within it? They cannot use you.
Some people, they can't use them. Funny enough,
we intentionally relegate ourselves when we get to institution. So what I did there was that I started observing the business. I started, there's cash flow in here.
Yeah.
First, the money have to interest you. It doesn't matter if it's something that, there's cash flow here. There's a pattern,
Yeah.
There are customers that want this. There are people that, we can give this, and this is the certain money I can make. Okay. So I became the best. I became extremely useful. I started learning. After learning, what I did next was that then it was almost, I stayed there for 5 years.
It's your 30K salary.
With my 30K salary. It wasn't about the salary now. It's
about
the embodiment of the job. I stayed here for 5 years and I became the best. My boss depended on me so much.
Wow.
That he would travel for 6 months.
6 months?
Yes. and just be certain. The only thing you will just get is call. The day he comes back, we sit down. We do accounting upon accounting. Okay, this goods was here. This one, we got so many goods. How many did you sell? Where is the money? Where did you put the money?
Where here did you go to?
Those informations are things that were brooded within me.
Yeah.
And I was excited doing it. And when it's time for me to start up my own, it felt like I never started. It felt like it was
just
it felt
a
like
continuous
push.
journey.
It was a continuous journey. Even if I started pretty small, and then it felt like it was just the seamless flow. That is how you actually learn things. That is how you establish. You go to a place, even if it's tired, they are selling motor parts. Sit down there and not collect the salary alone. You collect the business idea. That is the wealth. But many people these days now, they don't want
It's
to
just
work.
about the money.
And if you sit down to talk to them, they have zero debt, no dreams. If you are stubborn that you don't want to work, have a dream.
Yeah.
Not the dream that you dream that you're sleeping in mansion and you don't get everything planned. Have a dream
Just
with
have
a
a
plan,
dream.
a strategy as to how that can actually work. It's crazy, yeah.
And again, I do tell people that wherever they find themselves, whatever work they are doing, be able to learn something from that work, no matter how little it is, no matter the money, no matter how stressful it can be. Just learn one thing and say, okay, when I was working in this organization, this is what it has given me.
I got these skills and
yes,
skills,
I can do this, I can do that. It doesn't mean the salary should be elaborate. It doesn't mean it should be one kind of big money. It should just be something that you say, okay, yes, this company or this institution actually built something in me.
You get now. And
that's just the major thing.
In order to add to what you just said now, many people these days are what we call instant gratification.
Yes.
They want to have it right now.
Right now.
Away. If you are not helping me,
I don't want to see you, please.
Instant gratification, no looking at the long run. There's nothing in depth with them. So, but if you are someone who can sacrifice 5 years, because someone who see me today will just say, he started, he was graced. I was graced too. I'm not denying the fact that, help came. God helped, and friends and family helped in some sort. But, I built, you
worked.
It gave time.
Yes.
It's about time. It's about knowing what you want. It's about accepting where you are and seeing. If you ever jealous your boss, you're a wicked man.
Because you're not there when he was working, you're not there.
If you ever jealous your boss, you're a wicked man. You know why?
Why?
Because your boss is someone who is an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is someone who saw opportunity.
Yeah.
Right? He saw an opportunity and decide to take up the risks. The risk means the consequence of failing.
Yeah.
Maybe he took a loan to start. Maybe he scrambled for money and bought this land that might be maybe a fake land or something. And he started building something. That thing might it's something that when he goes south, it might actually diminish. It might cause a crackdown. But he takes that opportunity and then he begins to build and begins to build and begins to build over time, and then he brings you to help him.
For you to see the vision that he has.
And then all of a sudden you guys are making, let's say you started from 10 million and started making 100 million, 200 million, and he started feeling grumpy and feeling like we started this together.
You're supposed to give me my own share.
Go start your own. Because you're not supposed to get your own share. Don't you think so? What do you think?
It depends on how they start.
It doesn't depend on how they
no,
start.
there might be an okay, except that's actually a point.
Maybe when you came in, you guys are making like 1 or 2 billion, and then later on I've gone to 100 million, and then you're feeling like
no, you shouldn't even say anything that the man is giving, as long as there's an agreement from the start. It would be for the boss to say, okay, you have been a good staff, you have been a very, very helpful person, you have seen the vision, you are following the vision, okay, take so and so thing, or okay, go and handle the branch in maybe Maitama, or go and do something. That's if the boss actually sees what the person can actually give. That's he can now say
You're right.
yes, you fit
So,
this.
so it's based on the boss' personal discretion.
Yes, and
the
how
relevance of his
yes,
belief.
relevance of his heart.
That's he decide to be a good boss
Yeah.
by giving you that opportunity to say, take this brand or improve your salary. If you find yourself being jealous of your boss, quit the job. You are becoming a witch. You
Very
are
very
keeping
big
envy
one.
in your heart.
So,
It's true because
And it's
basic-
happening in Nigeria,
Yeah.
everywhere.
That's why many people
Everywhere.
now prefers to employ women because they don't have such grumpy.
But my gender, very crazy.
No, a man is naturally a competitor. When he finds out that what you are doing
actually.
is good, right? And they almost started from the beginning, even if it's your idea. What happens is that whether in business here, there's the business is going on is good, and they felt like, oh, he's making such money in this year.
Let me
Why
just
not start my own? You know, somebody says when you employ a man, and then 4 years later you have a competitor by your side.
Right.
You know, you get. But no, but that's no hard feeling. That's how life is supposed to be like. You know, you definitely will always have a competitor, and people are always going to spring through
True.
you and so
Yeah.
forth. But you know, you keep growing in your own pace and allow people to
But
grow
to
your pace
grow.
and not let anybody kill your business. It works that way. So there is opportunity. It's just the best opportunity is also the opportunity of the mind. If you have watched so far, that means you like such kind of conversation.
Yeah.
And that means it is interesting to you. So we'd love you to also subscribe and so that
Just
you can
click
follow
that
for
button.
more, something like that. Yeah. Mayowa, do you have any other thing to say?
What I just have to say is do your best, have a skill, be who you are. Yeah, basically that's just it.
That's
And
just
also
it.
tap that button. Tap it. Tap
Hit
it.
the subscribe button in
Yeah.
case you don't know which button. They like
Tap
that
the subscribe button. So
It's
yeah.
all right.